the introduction to sales for me was literally back in the day we had call cards. So I had a little timber box with all my call cards in it. I had a guy basically run through that, and I took over his territory. And I literally went on the road, and that was basically my training. there's your area. Here's your customers. Grow the list of calls where you can, or your call cards, and try and call everyone and go and see everyone, knock on everyone's door. It was never making a point. It was just knock on the door. But interestingly, my very first call that I ever did, I can remember it, and it was I actually call it my best call I ever did, because it was the worst call I ever did, and I learned so much from it. So I saw a guy called Kevin Lenham, worked for BMD back in the day. I remember this distinctly, and I made the mistake of calling on this building site at lunchtime. Everyone was in the lunchroom, all the boys were in the lunchroom. Back in the day, we used to have to wear a tie, and I just raw. I had no experience at all. Knocked on the door, walked in with this tie. Everyone's looking at me, and it was just the most embarrassing thing. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't do any planning at all. So yeah, it was the worst call. I remember walking at the door. I can still hear the guys laughing when I walked out that door. So from there, I was so determined. I could have easily hung up my boots then. I was so embarrassed. But what I've always done is I've always analysed how, whenever I talk to someone or I go for a visit, whatever it is, I try and do a self-analysis. And I didn't learn this from any sales training. I decided I wanted to get better at what I did. So I analysed myself and I said, what did I do well? What could I have done a lot better? And I had no planning at all. I didn't have a plan A or a plan B. I wasn't prepared. So, like I said, it was the worst call of my life, but it was probably the most valuable call that I've ever done. And I still remember that to this day. So.